Life is short. Every heartbeat is a silent countdown reminding us that time is the one resource we never get back. Yet so many people spend their lives like pocket change, wasting days, postponing dreams, and convincing themselves there will always be a better time. So, goals are delayed, passions are buried, and potential is quietly traded for comfort. The tragedy isn't failure, it's never fully trying. Listen to this. I recently encountered powerful words from one of the greatest writers and speakers who ever lived, Dr. Miles Monroe. The words stopped me in my tracks. He said, "The wealthiest place on earth isn't the diamond mines of South Africa, the oil fields of the Middle East, or the uranium deposits of Russia." Then I started wondering where he would consider the richest spot. And to my surprise, he said the richest spot on this planet is the cemetery. The graveyard? But how? Then I heard him say that the graveyard holds more untapped potential than any treasure vault. Because buried beneath the earth are masterpieces never painted, symphonies never composed, businesses never launched, books never written, inventions never created, and sermons never preached. The cemetery overflows with dreams that died alongside their dreamers. But here's the part that should shake you to your core. Most of those people buried in that cemetery weren't lazy. They weren't unmotivated. They weren't just sitting around wasting their lives away. No, many of them tried. They tried hard. They woke up early. They made plans. They told their friends and family about their big dreams. They worked tirelessly, pouring sweat and tears into their ambitions for years, sometimes decades. Many of them had talent. They had intelligence. They had the vision. So the question is, what went wrong? If they had everything it takes to succeed, why are their dreams 6 feet under instead of standing tall in the world? By the way, it's obvious that many of them had goals. Actually, plenty of goals. Vision boards, New Year's resolutions. But the truth is, goals without systems are just wishes wearing a suit. They never built the daily disciplines, the repeatable processes, the unglamorous routines that turn dreams into reality. They waited for motivation instead of creating momentum. They hoped for the perfect day instead of making today count. These weren't failures. These were tragedies. Talented people with real potential who simply didn't have the tools, the systems, the strategies to translate their dreams into reality. But since you're watching this video, I can tell your goal is to avoid a similar story, because you have all it takes to never become another cautionary tale of wasted potential. In this video, I'm going to share 5 powerful lessons that will transform your productivity, sharpen your focus, and ensure that you fulfill your vision and achieve your goals. Before we continue, if you find value in this video, even if just a little, please subscribe and hit the like button to help us continue to provide more insightful educational videos. Let's grow beyond limits together. Your support is highly appreciated. Thank you, my friend. Let's continue. Lesson 1. Discipline beats talent every time. Let's start with the fact that we've been consistently lied to about success. Everywhere you look, success appears effortless. The championship athlete, the thriving entrepreneur, the breakthrough artist. What you don't see are the 5 a.m. training sessions, the failed prototypes, the rejected manuscripts. We celebrate the highlight reel while ignoring the thousands of unglamorous hours that made it possible. Here's the truth. Talent and luck are overrated. They might open a door, but discipline keeps you in the room long enough to succeed. The real differentiator isn't what you're born with. It's what you do consistently when nobody's watching. You think discipline is restrictive? Actually, you've got it backwards. Discipline liberates you. It's the structure that transforms dreams into reality, the daily commitment that turns aspirations into achievements. Without it, you're drifting at the mercy of every distraction and impulse. It's time to stop making excuses about circumstances or talent you think you lack. You control far more than you think. You can't control your genetics or luck, but you absolutely control your effort, your habits, and your daily choices. Success isn't mysterious, it's methodical. The gap between where you are and where you want to be isn't filled with talent or lucky breaks. It's filled with disciplined action, repeated so consistently that it becomes who you are. Lesson 2. Take calculated risks. Playing it safe feels productive, but most of the time it's just disguised procrastination. It looks responsible. It sounds logical, yet it quietly drains your focus, ambition, and momentum. Every person who left this world with their dreams untouched made the same decision again and again. They chose security over significance. They feared losing more than they desired becoming. Here's the uncomfortable truth about productivity and focus. Real progress requires risk. Growth does not happen where certainty lives. Your brain sharpens, your attention deepens, and your performance elevates only when something meaningful is at stake. Comfort breeds distraction. Urgency creates clarity. The greatest risk you can take is avoiding risk altogether. When you refuse to act until everything feels guaranteed, you delay indefinitely. Focus fades because there's no emotional investment. Productivity stalls because there's nothing on the line. But when you bet on yourself, even carefully, you activate a different level of discipline. You stop multitasking. You stop drifting. You start showing up with intention. Taking calculated risks does not mean being reckless. It means doing the work first. Research the opportunity, build the skill, strengthen the foundation, then move forward decisively, even if the outcome isn't fully predictable. That leap forces you to concentrate. It demands effort. It sharpens execution. Will you fail sometimes? Absolutely. But failure is not the opposite of productivity. It's one of its most powerful teachers. Failure gives immediate feedback. It reveals weaknesses, exposes inefficiencies, and redirects your focus to what truly matters. Every highly productive, deeply focused individual you admire has failed more times than most people have tried. Their success didn't come from avoiding mistakes. It came from learning faster than fear could stop them. Lesson 3. Destroy indecision. Indecision is not caution, it's avoidance. It disguises itself as intelligence, patience, and preparation, but underneath, it is fear delaying action. It whispers logical-sounding excuses. Wait until you're more confident. You need one more piece of information. Now isn't the right time. And while you wait, life moves on without you. Opportunities don't announce when they're about to expire. They simply disappear. Indecision is one of the greatest enemies of productivity and focus. The moment you hesitate too long, your mental energy leaks away. Your attention fragments. You revisit the same choices over and over, draining willpower that could have been used to execute. The mind becomes cluttered, restless, and unfocused, not because you're doing too much, but because you're deciding too little. High performers understand a critical truth. Clarity comes from commitment, not contemplation. Successful people make decisions quickly, not recklessly, but decisively, and adjust slowly if needed. Unsuccessful people hesitate endlessly, then panic and reverse course at the first sign of discomfort. Momentum belongs to the decisive. Your life is shaped less by the decisions you make perfectly, and more by the decisions you don't make at all. So, speed matters. Not frantic speed, but intentional speed. When you decide, your brain locks onto a target. Focus sharpens. Productivity increases because the question of, should I, is gone, replaced by, how do I? Set deadlines for decisions. Give yourself a defined window to think, research, and reflect, then decide and move forward. When the deadline hits, action begins. No extensions. No second guessing. This single habit eliminates mental drag and frees enormous cognitive bandwidth. Imperfect action will always outperform perfect inaction. Make the decision. Then make the decision right through discipline, effort, and persistence. Lesson 4. Guard your focus. In a world deliberately engineered to fracture your attention, focus is no longer a soft skill. It is a survival skill. Every notification, every vibration, every scroll quietly steals energy from your goals and transfers it to someone else's agenda. What you give your attention to is what you build your life around, whether you realize it or not. Focus is your greatest competitive advantage because it has become so rare. Most people are busy but not productive, stimulated but not fulfilled, connected but not concentrated. They live in a constant state of interruption, never fully present or effective. When your attention is scattered, your results are scattered. When your focus is protected, your progress accelerates. Treat focus like a non-renewable resource, because it is. Once a day is interrupted, it cannot be reclaimed. Create focus fortresses in your schedule. Clearly defined blocks of time where distractions are not merely reduced but eliminated. Silence notifications. Close unnecessary tabs. Put your phone in another room. Use tools that block distracting websites. Make it physically difficult to lose focus and intentionally easy to stay locked in. Deep focus retrains your mind to stay with a task long enough for meaningful progress to occur. And that is where breakthroughs live. 4 hours of uninterrupted concentration will consistently beat 8 hours of fragmented effort. The difference is not intelligence, talent, or luck. It is sustained attention. Remember this: whatever repeatedly interrupts you eventually controls you. If you don't defend your focus, someone else will claim it. Focus is not just how you get more done, it's how you reclaim ownership of your time, your potential, and ultimately, your life. Lesson 5. Prioritize ruthlessly. You may not be able to do everything, but you can do the right things. The greatest productivity lie of modern life is the belief that being busy means being effective. It doesn't. Activity is not achievement. Motion is not progress. Too many people spend their lives climbing ladders quickly, efficiently, and tirelessly, only to realize too late that the ladder was leaning against the wrong wall. Ruthless prioritization is the discipline of deciding what matters most and having the courage to ignore almost everything else. As productivity expert Greg McKeown, author of Essentialism, puts it, if you don't prioritize your life, someone else will. Every yes you give to a low-value task is a no to something that could move your life forward. The Pareto principle makes this painfully clear. 20% of your efforts produce 80% of your results. Most people know this intellectually, but ignore it behaviorally. They spread their energy thin across dozens of tasks, emails, and commitments, then wonder why they feel exhausted yet unfulfilled. High performers do the opposite. They identify the critical few actions that deliver outsized results and protect them fiercely. Ruthless prioritization requires elimination. Tasks that do not meaningfully contribute to your goals must be delegated, automated, or removed entirely. This is not laziness, it is strategic focus. As Peter Drucker famously said, there is nothing so useless as doing efficiently what should not be done at all. Each morning, ask yourself one powerful question. What is the one thing I can do today that will make everything else easier or unnecessary? Then do that first. That one action sets the tone for the entire day. Power diluted across 20 tasks produces little. Power concentrated on the few that matter produces momentum, clarity, and results. Listen, right now you are standing at a crossroad, holding the power to decide whether your potential gets expressed or buried. This moment matters more than you think. Don't let this be just another video you consume and forget. Take one action today, take another tomorrow. The truth is, momentum compounds exponentially. Your dreams are alive right now. Don't leave them waiting. Remember, life is short. Now listen, if you find this information helpful, why keep it to yourself? Subscribe for more game-changing insights and share this with that friend who keeps saying they'll start tomorrow. You could be the angel they've been waiting for. Let's build a community of relentless learners and doers. Now get out there and make it happen. I believe in you. Thank you.